ready to go. But I hope Singularity brings the fight to them and we get a great series.
Well, speaking about pumped and ready to go, you boys are. They are. Let's go.
Well, they already started without us, so let's get into it. And, to give a little bit more context as well, Queso did become champions of Spring Split event number 2. And there's a lot of context around that too, with the way the BDS and Vitality have recently dominated the competition. It is very hard to take any championship in EMEA.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's whether if you're from the Americas and you're thinking that's due to lack of top teams, Yummy, or it's just how close all the EMEA teams are, we're not too sure. And I guess without the cross region tournaments, we'll never really know who is the best region. But today and this whole tournament is a great chance to see your favourite teams in the off season, and just to see if there's any new roster moves we need to keep an eye on. And so far, I think we've seen a few.
Listen, I'm not going to tread around it. I'm calling it. I don't think Europe is weak in terms of their crazy results. They've got such depth of talent in that kind of bubble area in terms of their individual ability that we see the likes of Singularity have an opportunity here to win, to take down a team that were champions in one of the events across the RLCS split. So that's why we're seeing all these great performances outside of that. And I do like Queso's story, though. The Atomic and Demensa coming out of nowhere at the very beginning of RLCSX, at the very beginning of the split, and then suddenly having these huge performances even after a roster change.
Yeah, these two are absolute freaks. I know that when we were doing the top players of the world, there was a few names popping up from Team Queso. They got a couple of mentions, so we'll be looking to watch a few of those on the team. I don't know if you're looking to, but I think Demensa for me is a freak, and Atomic is certainly the one that's probably the most talked about player on Team Queso in terms of individual ability. But all players on this pitch can definitely take it to each other, and that's why we've got this matchup, and that's why we're not too sure who's going to take this one out, although we would probably favour Team Queso. However, early, Yummy, I would say that it's been pretty even in terms of the ball position and the field position.
Yeah, we've had a few kind of maybe semi-opportunities, mostly just Queso trying to posture themselves in front of the net. But, we kind of don't point out massive stars from Team Queso. And the reason is it really feels like a full team contribution, a large part of that based on their playstyle, which is all-out aggression, playing as fast as they possibly can. And you're seeing so many ball touches coming out from Queso in this match. They've been first to the ball over and over again, and you can even see Singularity have spent so much time just in their defense.
Yeah, I feel like already this game, it's just the pace of the game seems like it's up another level from the previous one. That's not to say that it's necessarily better as a shot comes out. Atomic does parry that iron away, but there seems to be a lot of urgency coming out, as you said, from Team Queso. They do say that the Spanish players, they just play with so much finesse and so much pace. So it's interesting to see that sort of, I guess, the consistency of how they've been playing for a couple of seasons now. Yummy, as another shot comes out, multiple saves, end-to-end gameplay right now from Singularity and Team Queso.
Singularity have had some good counterattacks, but because they're rushing in, they're also rushing out from Team Queso, allowing them to get back on defense. Atomic, a double off the crossbar.
That is absolutely beautiful. And what a way to start your account here in the tournament. Oh, that is just a sensational double touch again. The backboard, Yummy, unguarded. And he saw that opportunity. He took it. He made the goalkeeper, the last man back, jump for the first touch. And as soon as he made him jump, it was all over. Red Rover puts that one away. Team Queso take the first goal here of game number 1.
How fast was that double tap as well? He was just up to it immediately. The defender was there underneath the ball and couldn't get up to it in time. That's how quick it was. And even their attempt from Singularity very quickly challenged out from the defense of Queso. A low-scoring affair, though, so far. So Singularity still have the opportunity, but Resi staying very far back. Resi, of course, the newest addition of Singularity after dropping Scrub Killer, a little bit of a legend, but haven't quite had the success just yet. Maybe a work in progress here for Singularity, just like this game is a work in progress. Do make the save. They keep themselves in it.
Huge save coming out there. And I mean, as you said, Scrub getting the boot. Obviously, Godsmiller getting benched was the highlight of the of the year in terms of the Rocket League scene everywhere. But here we are, Team Queso. They're starting strong here. They're potentially the favourites in this matchup, probably deservedly the favourites in this matchup. And they're looking like the favourites in this game so far. The pace is coming out. That's going to be another goal. That's an open net. Atomic's going to pinch that one off Demensa. But Queso, the speed is proving too much so far for Singularity.
Thoughts on the ethics and morals of Atomic taking that goal?
I'm all for it. I think that, you know, as long as you take it with the intention that it's funny, rather than I need to get more score or for the stat sheet, I think that, you know, I'm all for it.
Well, hopefully they're all having a good laugh. They are all good mates over on Team Queso as well, and it has worked in their favour. Taking game one, a 1-0 lead here for the favourites in this match.
Yeah, just a solid game all around. 9 shots to 4, as you can see right there as well. Atomic, the man we spoke about at the start of the game, perhaps if there is a star player for this well-rounded team, or the X Factor. I know it's probably like the SK Gaming. They can all sort of show up on their day. But it's a strong start there from Atomic and a strong start from Team Queso. Singularity, however, I mean, they perhaps started the game early on, was looking all right. They had a couple of opportunities. But as you said, it seemed like Queso was sort of just figuring things out. And then they really struck.
Well, you normally see the likes of Breezy being able to make big individual plays, but it just felt like he didn't have any room. None of them had any room over on Team Singularity. Every single play, even when they're in defense, challenge. Now a couple of demos out in front of the net. You can immediately see Singularity back on the back foot right from the very beginning. Great challenge there from Demensa. Atomic with a pre-jump. He's got to it, and it's just saved out. Fantastic play coming out from Team Queso. They haven't quite found the goal. There's another jump forward.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's going all the way in.
Well, I guess that'll do. A double team pinch. 110 kilometers per hour. Just an absolute slinger. There is no defense in the world that's expecting that to come out of nowhere. That was quick.
How mad do you have to be if you're Queso too? Because that comes out when you're in attack and you're trying to set up your goal, maybe try and steal some boost and get the demos as you saw from them. You're not expecting to be scored on in that moment, but the pinch does come out. The pinch gives and it does receive, and in that case it gave a goal. As Breezy looks for number 2, looking for the solo play. He finally had a little bit of room but didn't get the flip reset. Maybe attempting to fake underneath.
I mean, you could say it's a lucky goal, Yummy, but also maybe that's just what you need sometimes in a game. But obviously, the first game, they didn't score in game number 1. They were looking to break that deadlock. They were looking to break the defense. Maybe you just need a little bit of luck to open up your account, get a bit of momentum, and now perhaps Team Singularity can sort of work with that and push forward and perhaps get another goal here.
We talked about the power of laughter when it comes to Atomic stealing the goal. You'd certainly laugh as a defender getting that pinch goal. It's always a Rocket League player's dream to be able to get it and even call for it. As there we go, the musty from Resi. All of a sudden we're seeing Singularity come alive.
Beautiful musty there. We saw last game Ixo not being able to do it. Resi says, I've got that one, baby. I'm putting that one away. Top corner, beating 2 defenders. Demensa in net, Atomic in net, and they couldn't do a thing. The beautiful power of the musty. It wasn't the Breezy flick. Perhaps we'll see one of those later. Just another one named after someone. Why can't I'll have the flipple touch. As another open net goes in and Hibbs. A third goal. We spoke about it, Yummy. Perhaps the pinch is all you need to just break the ice and open up the floodgates.
And I'll be honest, I haven't seen much of Resi. I guess nobody has because they didn't make top 8 in the last split. But I've been really impressed already by Resi, hoping to see more of that. Obviously another goal, a third goal off the kickoff here. Resi again going for the flip reset. Isn't able to get it past the defense, but he's starting to make some waves. Here's VK sailing a pre-jump in front of net, gets the flip, but it does get saved too. Eventually one of these pre-jumps are going to go in.
Oh, Resi is just... He's a creative mastermind here, and it just seems like he's not fazed by anything. He's looking warm. It's only game number 2 here. Obviously, game number 1 Queso, they were looking hot, but it only took 1 game for Resi to warm up. He's coming in with a musty flick. He's going for sidewall, double skim shots, and Breezy trying to get one of his trademark flicks out as well. Singularity, they're feeling themselves.
The they've got a little bit of room. You give them a little and it seems they take a mile. They don't need that much to be able to make some of these plays. And it's not that Team Queso are backing off. You can still see they're attempting to challenge a lot of balls, but it's just the extra room being created by some of these demos, by little pass plays that are happening in the midfield, coming out from Singularity. Oh no! Oh no, Resi! That is a huge own goal pinch.
Have a look at this. Demensa using the opposition, using Resi, the man we've been talking about. He's scoring goals for his team, and now he's helping us score goals for Team Queso. That might be the one they need. There's 2 minutes left. There's a lot of time in this game. They're only 2 goals down, and they might get another one off the kick off the 3-man pass play, but no. Atomic just flails that one wide, perhaps a little bit too quick for his own good.
Great breakaway again from Resi, even if just to create some extra room, some extra time. Breezy's there to finish it off. Singularity gone from game 1 to now dominating game 2.
Look at this pass from Hibbs off the backboard. A little back flip, if you don't mind. He stole the boost off Atomic, which was huge. Able to follow it up. And Singularity, they are looking super impressive. I was impressed with Queso in the first game, Yummy. This is something else here in game number 2 from Singularity.
And it's crazy to think about just the level of experience on this pitch. It's not that much, and they're doing so much with it. These guys, most of them coming out of the woodwork in RLCSX because of RLCSX and the new format, and they're starting to really show up.
Hibbs gets a flip reset, and there's so much respect from Team Queso. Atomic, he's sitting in net. The other 2 aren't quite back yet. And Resi comes across, says, fake that for me, son. I'll put that away. And Singularity, 5-1. Ladies and gentlemen, who would have predicted this in game number 2?
5-2, just a quick play, but there is still so much time on the clock that passes like this, like pre-jumps from Atomic. I don't even understand why he's up there, but it works out.
It does work out indeed. That's one back. There's a minute 30. It's not over, but the way Singularity are playing, it feels like they have all the momentum, Yummy, even though... Oh, there we go. The Spanish kickoff, the beautiful Spanish kickoff that has been tokened by this team, by Team Queso. They've pulled it off a couple of times. Unfortunately, when the other team reads it, it's an open net, Yummy.
Yeah, it's not going to work out if Resi is playing for it, and he was straight into the net. That'll dash all the hopes, but sometimes you got to risk it for that biscuit. They tried to pull something interesting off the kickoff. It could have been 3-5 maybe the other way, a big turnaround in the game. Doesn't end up being the case, as even now Singularity still looking to extend this lead.
Another shot just goes on target from a seemingly impossible angle here for Singularity. They are just looking strong. This could be the dunk. No, Hibbs is going to have to backtrack. Last man, he needs a bit of support here. Queso trying to get a goal back, but with a 4-goal lead here and a minute left, this is just about all but over, and Queso need a reset for the next one because, Yummy, Singularity, it's all about Singularity right now.
Another one goes in. Queso, just as you say it, CJ, you got to watch what you're talking about, because even though I don't think this game's not gonna go the other way, it's a great dunk.
It is. It is a nice dunk, but with 51 seconds, Yummy, I mean, you'd have to be mad unless we see some new kickoffs coming out here from Team Queso. It just feels like this game has just been it's been a highlight reel really for Singularity, which is probably the last thing we're expecting after game number 1.
By the way, I hope you understand why I always sound like an idiot now. And Colin, when you say, one thing and all of a sudden the team proves you wrong, you're getting to experience it firsthand. Of course, I am an idiot, but I don't normally like to sound like an idiot.
Yeah, it's not great, but you know what? We're Australian, so I think naturally people don't think we're that valid with any argument at all. So you just have to run with it. But here we are, 14 seconds left. Singularity, a strong game, 6-3 is the scoreline. They're going to tie this series up 1-1.
I love this from Resi. This is beautiful.
And that is, Resi was just showing some clinical, just ball control, just use of the space there, Yummy, with 10 seconds left. And 1-1 Singularity, that was so impressive.
I loved it. I love watching them all contribute as well, but Resi, a player underneath my radar, all of a sudden blipping right in front of my face. He was great. He set up a couple of goals, but most importantly scored a blinder.
An absolute blinder indeed. And I mean, game number 1 finishes. Queso are up 2-0. You're thinking, how is Singularity going to even stop this? This is just going to be clinical. It's going to be like the SKM point series.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, there's a couple of players that show up in the names of Resi and, I mean, Hibbs was in there. Breezy was getting involved as well. But mainly, we have to look at Resi just dominating all over the field. He was the player to watch for mine. And I'm excited to see what he produces throughout the rest of this series.
And sometimes when you have a game like that where it goes really one-sided, it's not even a sign of how it goes to come. It can get turned around the entire other way.
Oh, yeah, well, you know, I mean, if you're on the other end of that, we're seeing musty flicks, we're seeing flip resets coming off, we're seeing flip reset fakes. What do you do as a Queso player? It's probably the last thing you're expecting after game number 1. You're thinking this is going to be an easy best of 7, lads. Maybe Atomic said, you guys go get a drink, I'll handle this one. But after that, I mean, it has to be panic signs for Queso, surely.
Yeah, potential panic sides for Queso. They're going to have an interesting time bringing themselves back from that game, but sometimes there's just a big mental reset as well. When you're in that position where you get 5-1, you're like, okay, you know, that was an off game. It was a 6-3. We have so many goals. Let's just go back to what we know works and reset your playstyle overall.
I think, yeah, you have to reset the playstyle. I think you can almost lull yourself in a false sense of security, though, Yummy, thinking that it was, you know, they played differently, whereas maybe they're not giving enough credit to the side of Singularity in terms of that offensive prowess. I mean, you can say, let's reset, let's go back to default, but I mean, if Singularity bring that kind of attack again, it's 6 goals is a lot, but it didn't feel like the defense broke down from Queso, whereas it was just opened up so freely, perhaps with the space that they were given.
Yeah, it really did feel like Singularity creating their goals, creating their space, creating their opportunities, which is, it wasn't really Team Queso backing off. So you have to give massive props to Singularity, of course, throughout that game. Can they continue it on as we head towards a game number 3? It is a tied up series, and we'll have to see if Singularity can back up that last one.
I'm looking forward to this game. This could be absolutely series of the day here. If the man, the myth, Resi can keep up with what he's seeing. And we know there's talent in the other end. And Tomic just says thank you, and I'm not too sure where Resi was going here as last man. Yummy, if you want to talk us through that one.
Well, you see, Hibbs, when you're going for a dribble, you want to hit the ball at the front of your car. It goes a little bit forward. He accidentally hit it with his wing. It flies behind him, and it doesn't matter because Breezy will make up for it.
Thank goodness Breezy scored, because I was about to talk about how bad that was for the next 2 minutes. Breezy he's just put a little let's forget about that one. A kickoff goal, and I'm not too sure what has happened on the side of Queso because no one went for that kickoff at all.
Well, it wasn't the Spanish kickoff. Maybe that's the OCE kickoff. Nobody going for it whatsoever. Didn't work out well for them. But hey, we have a tied up game and we're potentially looking at what is shaping up to be a bit of a crazy series.
I was going to say series of the day, and now it's becoming series of the day for all the wrong reasons. There's too many kickoff goals. We're seeing some interesting plays coming out from Hibbs. But here's an opportunity. That's a very quick double tap defensively, I should say, from Atomic. That caught me off guard for a second. I thought he was in the other end, or wearing the other jersey, the wrong color. As Resi now might get an open opportunity. He's trying to get the musty, but he gets taken off him by Breezy. He says, no thanks, I'm sick of you taking all the flicks. Give me some of the limelight.
That was Hibbs. That was Hibbs coming in the last second to try and redirect that one. And you know what? I liked the idea, but it only fortifies that idea of that Hibbs may need to work a little bit on his dribbling game. Hasn't worked out too well for him in this one. Maybe give a few more opportunities. Hibbs, go up for it. He waited on the ground trying to fake him out. It's Team Queso. They're just going to go.
Oh, I'm loving this, man. What a pitch. Oh, my God. He's got the ground pitch to Mitsu. That was about 180 kilometers an hour off the crossbar, and now there's a counter-attack opportunity. Team Queso, can they knock it out? Breezy's going to get it. There's a double-tap opportunity. He's got a flip reset. Good luck getting that one back on target as he went all the way across net. And Hibbs, the man, the myth. Well, he got a demo, which is the main thing there. He's holding the fort for Singularity.
Now he'll get contact with the ball suited up. Here it is. Let's go, Hibbs. Get the double. No, he's denied that one. Hibbs. He's a great lad as well. He's been all over Twitter lately, so we'll see if he can bring up his performance. We know he can bring a lot more to the table as he actually gets another dribble chance, and he makes a good flick out of it too. Breezy attempting to put the shot on. Some more opportunities in front of that, but this is going to be Demensa taking it all the way to the other end.
I mean, we spoke about Ixo and Seiko as the twin brothers with the evil one and the thing on. I think what's Hibbs' evil brother? Is it Gibbs? Is that his evil twin brother that we need to be looking at? Or is this Gibbs in disguise as Hibbs does backflip? And Breezy gets it away. Yes, backflips again! Hibbs has double backflipped twice in a row. Misses the first one, gets called off it. The second time, he might have been bumped, actually. I think he tried to avoid the bump, but Hibbs doesn't get out of the way, and Queso, they take the 2-1 lead.
That's all part of the story, though. It's just, Hibbs is a great player. We're calling him out, but it's just so unfortunate so far in this series.
It just keeps happening.
It just hasn't worked out for you. Just have that unlucky series where it all leads against you. But come on. Oh, he doesn't have boost to get the double. And it doesn't go in either. Oh, how is it all falling apart like this?
Oh, it's just an opportunity. Gone begging there for Team Singularity as Breezy goes backwards. Gets a beautiful touch off the wall, however. No one's here to follow it up apart from Hibbs, who gets saved by Demensa. The man, the myth, double commit coming out now. This is dangerous. Queso, Hibbs' last back. Atomics off the ceiling. The shot comes on. Hibbs gets a beautiful save. That's a great save from our man Hibbs. That's a beautiful play, and that could keep them in game number 3 here.
Oh, Hibbs, let's go, end to the other, gets the save, gets down the other end to support Rezi. That is a great play.
What a redemption story, a beautiful save, a goal-saving save from Hibbs, and then straight down the other end, puts the equaliser on the board, and Singularity, they're back, baby, they're back here in game number 3.
Have tied it up after what could be described as a slightly messy game. Singularity put themselves back into it, and of course Rezi having a large impact still. Should you like to see from the young gun Rezi as Hibbs takes that across. VK Sandler was ready for it though. Atomic was ready for the pass. How are they so ready for it?
A missed touch perhaps from Hibbs, who pitches it off his own ceiling. But it just is capitalised on by Atomic, puts that one away. Great pass from VK Sailing as well. Queso get the lead here. That redemption arc was almost short-lived. Hibbs is trying to get the comeback. 3-2 up here, Team Queso. This is just a back-and-forth, topsy-turvy game.
I mean, Hibbs is all over the place, both in good and bad ways, it seems. But well, let's see if he is able to pick that up, because he's right now behind Team Queso. Got that third goal, doing quite well in terms of keeping that forward pressure. And now VK Sailing, a breakaway, a chance, a bump, an opening. But Breezy is there, despite looking blue. He was there for the orange team to make the save, to keep them in it. A bump out from Rezi, a chance again in front of net. It's going to be Breezy looking for the double, but he's bumped away. Atomic slows it down just to prevent any more attacking opportunities. He'll stay behind the ball and be able to challenge anyone coming in as Atomic looks for the clear.
Huge demo from Hibbs, just relieving a bit of pressure right now. Breezy gets it up. There's a double commit again. That's not, and that could be an open net. No, Breezy is going to just get back, but now Queso, they're on the attack due to the double commit with 10 seconds left. You just felt there was a little bit of panic from Singularity trying to get that goal, but here we go. Hibbs boxed up. VK Sailing can't get it. It's coming the goal. Great save from VK Sailing, and Team Queso just hang on in one of the more interesting games that I've seen so far today and probably in a while.
There's some Johnny Boy analysis needed for that game, I think. Not sure what's going on, but let's face it, Hibbs top scored for his team and for the entire lobby, so he was the best player in the lobby.
Well, for both teams in so many situations as well. I mean, he had the redemption arc, but it wasn't quite enough for Singularity here. Queso, they're up 2-1. We've got game number 4 in the double with kickoff into the almost goal has come out here. What is happening? There's just a showcase of randomness.
I don't get what's going on with the kickoffs at all for Team Queso. Sometimes they're not even going for the ball, but hey, at least they've got to the other end, and Atomic has set it up. It was a bit of a fake, maybe a miss, but it has worked out well for them. Unfortunately, didn't lead to a goal, so Breezy now gets an opportunity of his own to center that one up. Atomic in an awkward position, but keeps all of his boost. A major factor of Team Queso's speed is their boost management. A pre-jump, looking for the pre-jump double even, as Rezi was up on the backboard waiting.
And Breezy was there as well for the redirect, but it came to nothing. Dementor's now up in the air, gets a flip reset up top. Atomic was waiting underneath. Didn't quite come to fruition as Breezy gets a demo, but the ball is sent down the other end of the field for Team Queso. Atomic outpaces, and it's almost in off the post. He is going to be able to get it in, though. VK Salen, he's the cleanup crew off the post, and Hibbs and Breezy just could not read that corner bounce at all.
Oh, such a difficult read, too. It looks like it's going to bounce just ever so slightly more forward. It goes a bit more in favor, and VK Salen getting that shot around at the side of his car was pretty impressive to get that over the top of the two defenders as well.
1-0 now, Team Queso. What is happening? VK Salen, where did he come from? This could be an open net double commit coming out from Team Queso. VK Salen's going to tap that one away, and Rezi, that's an important challenge in midfield for Singularity. A pass could come out across, and Hibbs was waiting for it, but not quite quick enough. This is an interesting commit from Rezi, and the redirect nearly punishes him. He flew from a mile back there, Yummy, third man.
Yeah, from Timbuktu to Woggo Woggo with that one. He went for a very long one. No! Oh. That is where the pre-jump gets you. To Metza, he blocked off his own teammate's goal. Team Queso have been going for pre-jump after pre-jump. It has cost them in this situation. And again, Demenza takes VK Salen out. He's getting a little bit too greedy for some of these goals, CJ.
What are they doing? It's like they've hopped out of comms, Team Queso. So many opportunities. I think they all just want to get goals. They're having a lot of fun. Everyone seems to be having a lot of fun in this game so far. However, it still is Team Queso with the lead here. Game number 4. This is, I thought last game was crazy. This could be in. Great save coming out from the Mensa. Breezy with a cracking shot. And Hibbs now with an opportunity to pass infield. Huge shot. And they are hounding this crossbar, Yummy.
Yeah, listen, sometimes you just try to smash it as hard as you can against the crossbar. That's not the situation for it. Was looking for the goal. VK
look
Salen.
At this.
What a fake underneath.
Look at the fake from Dementor as well. Fakes the first one. VK Salen gets the backflip underneath, and there's nothing Hibbs could do about it. Can't get back in time. Team Queso, 2 goals up now again. This is looking a lot like game number 1, Yummy.
It almost feels like a ranked match, but it seems so freeing here for Team Queso. They just seem to be having a ball, and it's allowing them to make the plays that, are so confident without any care in the world. And they're also able to get back really quickly to make up for any mistakes that are happening here. So it's working out. It's given them that second goal and potentially a chance. Here's the third goal as well. Hibbs hit it straight into him.
Oh, he was doing a good shadow defense here. It was basically 3-on-1, but the touch wasn't ideal. He didn't get the smother on the ball. He wasn't going to get the second touch. And I like the idea, but Dementor, they are going hell for leather right now, Team Queso, and sometimes that's too much for the defense.
It felt to me like just one of those moments where you're trying to get a little bit too much with the ball. You don't want to jump because that can take you out from the follow-up on the dribble. But in that case, he really had to get in over the top of that ball, as you can see why with the dunk. And now it's another breakaway here. Rezi almost helped them out. It's actually gone to the other end. Imagine if that one was in. Rezi using his own backboard to help him.
That would have been one of the best counter-attacks you'd ever see. Here as a shot comes out from Queso, blocked out. This could be open here. They've all committed, but a beautiful touch coming out on the side of Team Queso. Keeps that one away. Atomic now back on the attack. Queso, they're just end-to-end. The back post pinch off the corner. They are, I don't know if they've reversed once in this whole game, Team Queso. They're just on the front foot. They're pushing forward. Whatever happens, they're just sending it in. Atomic sends it right into the back of the net.
Oh my, the clinical finish too, the striking from VK Salen and Atomic working together 4-0.
Oh, it was a steal.
It was very interesting, but it's crazy to see this team, like Team Queso, be so aggressive, go for pre-jumps, double commit, at one end and still not be getting punished at the other end, because they're so good at challenging from the side or even in front of the ball to slow down that counterattack, to slow down the assault from the other team, that it actually just gives them more time to get back than you're expecting.
Yeah, just scramble defense is how I describe this team. I mean, they prefer to defend from midfield on the counter attack. They back each other to be so fast in getting back, and I think that can catch teams out as well the other way, because they think it's so open like it is right now, and then you sort of overcommit on the counter attack. I mean, all of a sudden it's back down in your other net, just like right here.
There's been multiple moments like this where I've felt like players on Singularity are just hoping that the ball will come down and they'll get to dribble. You're playing against Team Queso. They're gonna be up against the ball, or up for the ball, and it's just not working out for Singularity. As you can tell from a 5-0 scoreline, I sort of thought that Singularity had a great chance earlier. Oh, VK Salen almost putting in goal number 6. But even here, Hibbs barely able to get that out of defense as Demensa puts another one on. VK Salen is in their net for no one knows what reason, but he still manages to find a way to get that in front of the goal. That one's in from Resi. They will put one in.
They do get one away, but it feels like this is what Team Queso can produce on a good game against nearly any team. I mean, they're just the sheer just chaos that they cause, because I don't know if they know what's going on. They just all go hell for leather, and when they play like this, it is dangerous. It's sort of self-destructive as well in a way if you get caught out, but in a game like this, as another goal nearly goes in for Singularity, I mean, a game like this, it just seems like nothing could go wrong for Team Queso.
Everything has gone right for them, and it's that play style where, you know, it kind of summarizes you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. It really just feels like Team Queso going for every shot, every opportunity, every pre-jump, every fun, risky play they can possibly go for, and that's creating their own luck. They're creating their own plays. They're putting the victory in their own hands and taking control of the game. And I don't know what Team Singularity do against that.
I mean, it's tough. I guess they're in a similar situation to what we are right now, thinking about how do you sort of stop that? Because if you slow it down, they're going to be all up in your face. I think you just need that, perhaps to sit that person downfield, because that extra touch is going to be huge, getting over the top of the Queso defense. If you'd call it defense, I'd call it offense, and then like attacking midfield, perhaps as the third man. I think it's pretty high up, so I think you need to get someone down there.
VK Salem is up 2 hours ago.
There's just things happening on this pitch that I wouldn't wish upon anyone. I mean, this is hard to play against.
How do you know what people feel like when they're playing against you, CJ?
I love it. I'm all for it then. I'm going to keep doing it. Oh, the flip reset. Great save from Hibbs on the flip reset. That's what you love to see. The Team Singularity keeping the scores level, and VK Salen tries to get an infield. Atomic's having none of that. He's pushed back to... Oh, no.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening with this game, but finally the over-aggression from Queso, the crazy plays, the one random miss has finally caught up with them, and they will get scored against Singularity, getting the first goal.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when it's not quite in sync. You see a few free goals down the other way. Demensa's going to miss this one. He's got an opportunity. Hibbs can't put it away. Redirected, touched off by someone. I don't know what's happening. I can't even process this game.
So many cars flying around right now.
Things are happening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here to talk about them, and I don't know what's happening.
Somebody put me away. I don't know what's going on, but hey, it's Rocket League. It's a good bit of fun. And Team Queso, the funny thing is that this is going to win them the series. In my opinion, there's no way they don't win one of the next 3 games playing like this. Even if Singularity do punish a little bit here and there, Team Queso is still going to bring it back. But they've figured it out. They've got the first 2 goals, and they're starting that ball rolling.
I guess you just have to wait for mistakes. That might be the answer here, but I'm not too sure what Queso are doing. If they can come back, I'm sure they can come back in the series, but or in this game, should I say, and take the win. But I mean, I'm not sure the consistency is quite there in this play style, Yummy. What would you say?
Yeah, I don't think there is much consistency that you could talk about anything with this series. I have not been able to predict a single thing that's about to happen throughout the last 2-3 games. So we'll see how it goes as Resi automatically proving me again, and then it's a goal. It's a big dunk. Another mic drop from Breezy.
Breezy again, putting that one away. The demo comes out from Resi. Breezy puts that one away. 3-0 now for Singularity. It seems like it's 3-0, perhaps without them having to do anything. And I think that might be the counter to them. Just sit in net. They'll make a mistake. They'll double commit. They'll miss. As long as they don't do something crazy that you can't stop, there might be a fourth goal. You might be able to win this one.
I wish we could interview these players at the end of the series. In fact, I might do an impromptu one off stream because I just want to know what they're thinking at the moment. And maybe they're just having a little bit of fun here. As Breezy, no, he doesn't go for the shot. Hibbs did get the demo to potentially open it up, but it's still we're only halfway through this game, CJ. I felt like a lot has happened.
I feel like a lot has happened in this series. It feels like this has just been an overwhelming part of the day. And when I think about this whole day this is our 4th series now, I'll just think about this one game, this one series that we've had right now, Team Queso versus Singularity. We've seen some highlight clips from Resi, and we've seen some low-light clips from everyone else on the pitch throughout this whole series. I mean, it's been absolutely crazy. As VK Sailor might have a double touch. It's a low-flying double touch. He might be knocking a few telegraph poles on his way there. He was flying that low as Breezy can't quite get that one away. And still scoreless now as that was open, but
yeah,
too
easy.
That was too easy.
Yeah, didn't want the goal. Breezy, I would have liked to have seen it, but sure, he's going to go for something a bit more fancy. Breezy was looking for a highlight reel play there, but they're going to worry about
Oh no. Demensa has not done what he was meant to do, and that was put the ball in the back of the net. 3-goal lead still stands for Singularity. Even when they get a freebie, they aren't taking it here, Queso. It's not their game. That's a great save from Breezy. And Demensa comes in and just hits that ball as hard as he possibly could.
Oh, the pinch as well. Well, creating luck. Maybe that's also creating some of your own bad luck at the same time. Resi's come off the roof to challenge that one and almost sinks it in the net at the same time. Demensa going for a last hurrah, a last charge, gets the flip reset. It's going to hang around in that other end. And at least, it felt like to me, Singularity have settled down.
Yeah, somewhat, but I still feel like if this series was on YouTube and it was titled Freestyle 3v3 match or something, I wouldn't question it, because this has just been absolute chaos, and I'm not sure there's any structure to particularly Team Queso, but I think that, Singularity have certainly taken advantage of that throughout the first couple of games, and now we see them take their second game. We're going to go to game number 6. We've seen a game 7 already, Yummy. Can you see it going the distance?
Maybe. I am thinking that Team Queso, they're just going to kind of keep throwing the kitchen sink at everything, and eventually it's just going to stick like it did in the previous game. They're just going to eventually get a pre-jump that ends up in a goal, that gets them a little bit of momentum, and then they carry it through. Whether it happens in the next game or the game after that, I'm not sure.
Man, I'm not sure what we're going to see in the next game, so I can't really say what did Queso need to do better, because I don't know what Queso we're going to see. I don't really know what Singularity we're going to see, because that game was more just capitalizing on Team Queso's mistakes. We didn't really see them change their play style too much. But here we go. Game number 6 here. Two wins on the board now for Singularity. They're trying to come back in this series. Queso on match point, looking to send Singularity home here and move on to the semi-finals. And they're starting strong against Singularity.
Maybe they're also reeling Singularity into a false insecurity, because we saw Resi right there maybe being a little bit over-eager for the beginning of this game. It could lull them into their own, casual mind as well, as Breezy looking for the flick in front of the net, but doesn't get it. And we'll see how it does pan out, because at the moment, Team Queso been stuck in their own defense for a while.
Indeed, and now Atomic with the okay. Atomic with the whiff into the Demensa pass into Atomic, still floating off the whiff is what I call that play. Hibbs now gets a flip reset, dunked somehow.
Jay, it's getting close to 4 a.m. Am I in a dream or a nightmare at the moment?
I don't know. I feel like it's all intentional, but it's like unintentionally intentional.
That's that it's like pinball. One person hits it. So, no, in a position where no one should rightfully be, and then it pings off someone else. None of them know where it's going to go. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's sure entertaining at least.
We just saw the double shot into the bump on last man coming out from Queso. Another interesting play that we haven't quite seen too often, committing all three plays that high off the pitch. That could nearly be open. Hibbs parries that one away, and now it's time to Breezy to show us some magic, but he's got full boost, but he's got a pre-jumper. And I feel like VK Salem was trying to shoot that in his own net, but that could be open. He has to. VK Salem's missed it. Something's happening. The dogs come out, and it hasn't gone in the back of net, either net, somehow.
Okay, this has got to be a goal. There's got to be a goal. But that's off target too. Both teams can't get it towards the net. What does it take to get a goal in this game? There are a million in the last couple. Now they're struggling to hit the ball towards the net. Demensa misses it by a mile. VK Salem with an interesting touch, but he comes back to get the follow-up. Now Demensa potentially looking for the flip reset, doesn't get it. It's right in front of that VK Salem this time misses.
Actually, I feel like this is when you're playing your pinball Rocket League and there's no defense and it feels like it should be easy to score, but no one can score. I mean, it's just, the net is so open all the time, but no one can put the ball back in there. Here we go, flip reset opportunity. Can he get it away? No, Demensa parries it away. Defense, that's a huge hit. VK Salem is ready for it on the backboard and nearly puts it in. It's out. The ball cannot go in either net.
That was meant to be a goal. That was such a good clear from VK Salem, but nothing will hit any of the nets right now. It's 3 minutes in. They've been about 8 plays that should have been goals. Let's make it 9 with this one. 9 and it's in. Hibbs, the hero of Game 6. He does finally sing one.
And just as every game like this, it's the worst goal that goes in. A miss coming out from VK Salem on his own backboard and open. It's a cloper net. It was close to open. VK Salem, he was stuck in net. He had no boost and just the easiest of shot from Hibbs to open up the account. They're trying to make Game 7 in Singularity. I don't know if we want a Game 7. Do we want another game of this absolute chaos and pandemonium, or should they just put us out of our misery here as Demensa takes it forward?
I will say, to be fair on Hibbs, if it was game 1 or 2, he would have randomly missed that one. So I got to give major credit to Hibbs and his ability to somehow hit the net in a series or in a game where it's just been impossible. Demensa going for the bump, doesn't get it. That was going to be the equaliser. No way! That has gone a pinch from the back corner in... Can you even describe this as a series?
VK Salem is pre-jump so far away from the ball, leaving Atomic last, who's on the wall thinking he's got someone behind him. He doesn't. He pitches off the wall and he goes in Singularity to get the second goal on the board here in game number 6. A pre-jump again from VK Salem is not going to... I don't know how many times VK Salem has pre-jumped and nothing's happened, but it is an astonishing number.
And he could have had the goal earlier. Demensa going for a back pass, I guess, up to the roof of VK Salem. Hibbs has managed to block that as there's 3 members from Queso just gunning it forward. Atomic, he's got 2 teammates in front of him. They don't know that he has no boost, and that's almost back in their own net. It's going to be the 3rd goal soon, the way that this is going. Where are they hitting the ball from in front of it this time towards their own net? It works out, but how are they going to score like that?
I'm usually playing in front of the ball is good, but this team, I've never seen so many people hit the ball backwards. I'm not sure it was intentionally or unintentionally, but VK Salen has not hit the ball for 10 minutes. Can someone please help him out? He's pre-jumping everything, offensively, defensively, he's still missing the ball.
Hey, don't be mean. He hit that ball that time. It pinched off him into his own net.
That's true. I don't know what's happening as the ball is almost put into the own net. And we have game number 7. Whether we wanted it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is going the distance.
What's the bet here that Queso all of a sudden become the most structured and standard team here at Queso? That they're all of a sudden like, oh, let's give this a good rip snort towards the final game. I want it for my Saturday, maybe for the viewers' Saturday as well. But for those of you who don't normally watch Rocket League, here's your introductory experience.
My favourite part was VK Sailor just randomly on the backboard. It was an unusual backboard touch from Singularity. VK Sailor was ready on the backboard, pinches it all the way down the other end at 300 kilometers an hour, and it bounces off both posts and goes out. And that summed up the whole game here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 7, the final series, the final quarterfinal from the EMEA region here in day number 1 of the Games Without Borders tournament, charity tournament. The $500,000 for the EMEA region on the line, charity money. And here we have it, game number 7 of the craziest series I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is definitely a series befitting of $1 million tournament. That's what we want to see. But it is, of course, for fun as well and for charity. So definitely no harm against it either. It's a great spectacle so far. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the first pre-jump from VK Salem. Hasn't happened yet, though.
Yeah, maybe they're going to play structure now. It's game 7. Let's play serious. I'm seeing less defensive pre-jumps from VK Salem. He's just having to get out of the way there of Demensa. He's getting in the way of his teammates and the opposition, whether that's a good or a bad thing. Here he goes, though. He's going to air dribble it out of his own net, take it downfield. Breezy's going to be ready for it. Get a beautiful double. Perhaps a triple. That could have been glorious if that went in. And Singularity, they've got the offense up first early in game number 7 here.
Ooh, it's a chance here, though, for Breezy. There was a Hibbs going for the net.
Here we go. Here we go.
He's got bumped to this spot. He almost gets it in as well. If only.
Oh, great save as well from his VK Sailing up on his own corner. Puts it across net. Team Queso, oh, that's a big touch. It's nearly an open net, and that's all it's got to take in this game. Just one crazy touch, and it'll be completely wide open. A huge hit. Dementia flying off his own net, and no one can get it from the Queso end. Breezy opens it up. Game number 7 off a VK Sailing pinch to absolutely no one.
Yeah, you tempted what you missed in the last game, and it went even worse for him this time. Breezy's going to get that underneath. And Team Queso, what are they going to try and do? Are they going to bring back the pre-jumps and go ham to us? And Tomic went flying across the pitch.
Oh, someone give Atomic a new pair of ankles because they just got absolutely destroyed here. This could be an opportunity. VK Sailor has not hit the ball at all. And it's really worked out. It's been saved by Demensa. Oh, how many times can they save their own shots?
This is unbelievable, but Queso certainly delivering first with the pre-jumps now, just with the random saves on each other. VK Sailing hitting the backboard, but Hibbs is up there. They're going at it. Props to Singularity. They have not cracked their nerve whatsoever against this onslaught of I don't know what from Queso.
Absolutely phenomenal. Here's an opportunity. Could be a bump coming out. Great save from Hibson. He's been huge in the later stages of this series. Singularity certainly, if you can say there's a more solid team, they've certainly looked more solid. That's a big bump coming out. Hibson might have a shot. This could be to put it. Oh, what a shot. Yami, top binge, top left corner. There's nothing Dementia could do. Top right corner, should I say.
It doesn't get much simpler and much better than that one. Straight in the top corner. Unsavable. Hibbs, You've made up for it after last game when no ball could hit the net to hit it that well. It's very likely to put Singularity into the semi-finals.
The Spanish kickoff almost coming out. However, VK suddenly got demoed himself, which isn't ideal. The musty fleet comes out. Atomic's going to have a bit of space. There's time here. There's 2 minutes left. Singularity, out of the seemingly impossible 3-1 down, I wouldn't say they've been all over Queso. I think Queso have been all over themselves throughout this game.
Yeah, a bit of fondue on their faces, it seems. They've
There it is.
made a bit of an embarrassment, and still Demensa might be to try to take that away from VK Salen, but in the end, VK Salen will prevail.
Just no one is trusting this man on the pitch at all. Demensa's had to fly in there just in case he missed it. VK Salen does get the goal on the board. 2-1 now. There's time on the clock. There's an opportunity for something ridiculous from Queso, which is what I'm expecting.
I hate that the ridiculousness of this series is taken away from Rezi as well. He was really starting to stand out, and he just hasn't had the opportunity amongst everything that's been going on. There will be a chance here for a shot. Rezi does come to the fore with the defense. Demensa was breathing down his neck as well, looking for a potential bump. As Atomic clears it down, Demensa is there following him up. He's got VK Salen in support, but it's a good touch by Breezy to make sure that there's no opportunity at attack. Really interesting midfield challenges, and it hasn't worked out just yet for Queso.
If we could just keep the camera on VK Salem, that'd be fantastic, because I don't know which team he's playing for still. It is another double commit. This could be open. VK Salem gets the red. No, it's off the post. It's off the corner. Doesn't go in here for Team Queso. They still need a goal with a minute left, and the shot just smashes off the corner once more.
I mean, he's hit it hard, you can say that, even though it was against the crossbar once again. VK Salen finally decides to play for the team, but the team doesn't play for VK Salen. Went for the pass in as an absolute whiff on terms of the teammates being there. VK Salen once again having an opportunity, but it's going to be Demensa into centre. Atomic gets demoed away from it, so it's up to Demensa again. Hibbs has taken it away. 24 seconds here for Queso to maybe get into Game 7 overtime. Or will Singularity be able to hold on? It's getting closer to that 0-second mark as VK Salen puts an effort on it.
Here we
Atomic,
go.
a long way. He's got a chance. It's open. Please tell me you did not hit that as soft as you did.
An opportunity going begging here. 1 second left. The ball is going to hit the ground. And Singularity, if there is a winner in this series, is going to take it out in game number 7 and move on to the semi-finals. They'll be playing SK Gaming tomorrow. Yami, what did we just witness? That was crazy.
I have no idea what I witnessed. Very interesting, but obviously Queso especially, we're having a lot of fun with it, which obviously made it enjoyable as well.
100%.
Enjoyable, man. I don't think I've heard so much laughter before. That was a joy to watch with you boys in my ear that entire time. Now, I guess when we take a look at this retrospectively, it's a huge comeback for Team Singularity, regardless of how Team Queso were approaching this or taking this. I can still hear the big Y laughing in my ear here. There's just no stopping these giggles. I don't know whether it's because we're tired or maybe because the teams have just lost the plot, but we're certainly laughing, aren't we, Cheese Man?
Yeah, I mean, it is a fun game, even when things fall apart. I mean, that's kind of the joy, and it kind of reminds me of the early days of Rocket League, playing with mates and laughing at every single miss that you have. That kind of brought back that original feeling of Rocket League.
Super fun series. I don't know what we just witnessed at all. As I said, if there was a winner, I guess it's Singularity. They'll be moving on in the tournament, so I guess they won the game. But I don't know if there is a winner. That was super fun. I think both teams took it in their stride. I think as soon as Queso sort of flipped the switch and decided that they would, just pre-jump everything. VK Salen, shout out to him. I'd say he's the unsung MVP. Although, as you see, Matt, it's going to be Breezy. But VK Salen, I mean, I don't know what he was doing out there.
Look. Also have to give our props to Hibbs, after catastrophic start, does manage to bring it around.
Yeah, you guys were roasting him pretty hard at the very beginning, but look, there was some, I think that it's fair to say there were some insane saves, there were some really ridiculous goals, but overall, do we think that this is a fitting MVP?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Breezy had put in a lot of effort. I would have liked a shout-out maybe for Rezi, just for the fact that, we didn't know what to expect from him, and he really came out big throughout that one. But Breezy obviously contributing a lot as well.
Yeah, and I mean, now looking forward, you know, I guess we can kind of take this. Would you take this game with a grain of salt, CJ? Would you not really, you know, worry about it too much? I think you have to.
How many grains?
I'm not trying to take this game